Hi guys, how's it going? It is me, Jack here, and welcome to episode number 15 of the Football Manager 2023 save here with Birmingham City. And in today's episode, you'll be seeing two humongous games, the continuation of the FA Cup, this time semi-final at Wembley against Manchester United, and a massive game in the Premier League as we face off against 16th place Everton to hopefully try and cement our position in the Premier League for next season. Nothing to show you since the last episode, of course, because we have already played. The last game we played was Watford at home, so nothing to show you. We did a little friendly, I forgot to mention, I think, in between Villa and Leicester, and that was against Bromsgrove Sporting. Sorry, Leicester and Watford and Villa. Bromsgrove Sporting, we beat 5-0. Almada, Romero, Howard Bellis and Jordan James getting into the goals. Not long to go now, though. If you look at the league table, of course, we've got that big game against Everton, and then the last few games we've got are against sides just in around mid-table. Wolverhampton in 9th, Southampton in 10th, Arsenal in 3rd will be very tough. And then Brighton away could be absolutely gargantuan, as they're only a point ahead of us, but we've got a game in hand. And they're 35 points. You've got Norwich on 32, Norwich on 31, Leicester on 32. It's going to be tough to try and get ourselves into survival status, but we're going to try our best and hopefully cement ourselves in the league. Joe Gelhardt still only on 8 goals, I forgot to mention as well. I mean, this is ridiculous. He hasn't scored in the league, by the way, since January. Not good one bit. So, let's go straight into the game against Manchester United. I don't think there's anything really to change here. We've got Tottenham. I think we'll play relatively strong. We'll play strong against Tottenham, and we'll have to play strong against Everton. Unfortunately, the way the league's run out, we've got a number of games now in midweek. A lot of games happening Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Sunday, and then the week break before the last game of the season. So this will be the lineup, I think, that we'll go with. We'll stick with the continuation of the back five: John Ruddy, Byram, Ahmedhodzic, Cabal, and Angelo. Onyeka, we're going to play at deep at the defensive midfield position because Sunyek is suspended, as well as Romero. Onyeka will go up, a defensive mid will go Bakuna and Bellingham in midfield, very similar to that of the Championship last year. Almada on the right, Chong on the left, and Shelder up top. Etheridge, Collin, Fabra, Roberts, Howard Bellis, Gardner, James, Keller, and Gelhardt will be on the bench. It's a huge game, and if we were to win this, we would be in the FA Cup final, which is absolutely crazy to say, but hopefully we might be able to do it. We've never beaten Man United in this save yet, so let's try and get some revenge on them today. They're going to be gunning to get this FA Cup trophy. We are the massive underdogs. The fact that we're even in this position is unbelievable, and it shows how well we can do on these one-off games. But yeah, we'll just have to see how we can do. Wembley, first time we have been playing at Wembley, and you can see this very strong lineup that we've got here. Let's take a look at the United lineup, though, which we haven't seen yet. Big players: Varane, Ruiz, Fernandes, Sancho, Rashford, Ruiz. It's a scary front four, that. Casemiro in there as well. Varane in the defence. It's going to be big, but let's see. Could we do something amazing? Come on, Birmingham. Well, it looks to me like this could be one of the quickest halves of football ever. Every time I say that, it always cuts to a highlight right towards the end, and we've got one now. Chong heads it to Langelo. Unfortunately, Abel Ruiz could start a United counter-attack. Rashford on the left-hand side. Careful, Sam Byram. Don't get yourself sent off. Byram just can't keep up with the pace of Marcus Rashford as he cuts inside, and Ruddy holds on to the ball nicely. And it remains 0-0. Now, it was like this in the league, if I remember, but they scored 2 goals in the second half. So let's just say, I'm going to say the same thing I said in the meeting before the game. Just let's get revenge. Don't settle for anything less than revenge. Come on then, let's see what we can do. 52 minutes. We've got, goodness me, a few yellow cards coming through there. Shelder up, Langelo and Chong adds to the list. It's okay though, we are playing well. But Man United could start something now. Jadon Sancho whips it in to Cabal. Oh, Ruddy. Oh, he can't catch it. Because the deflection, Ronaldo's came on. Tries to put it in, but it goes out for a corner kick. Oh, that was very scary. The way the ball travelled and Ruddy just got to it last minute. Ericsson is going to try and put a ball in. He's came on for Bruno Fernandes. Bellingham's cleared it away. Now Jadon Sancho could get it back in. He beats Bellingham. Shelder up Byram. Shelder up clears it. Chong against his former side, we forgot to mention. Hooves it clear. I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to tell us to just start to try and go in aggressively on Jadon Sancho. And as well as that, same with Hatterbaugh and Rafael Varane, two players that are looking quite tired. And tactically, I just want to change us to play on a counter-attack mentality. I don't think I want to change anyone just yet. We'll wait a few more moments. Shelderup hasn't had the greatest of games, but he's a really star player that could do something in a big moment. Almada can't get that second ball, unfortunately, as Martinez finds Rafael Varane. Finds Ugarte. Martinez. Come on, boys. Try and press and close the gaps down. Varane to Hatterbaugh. Asprilla, who beats Langelo for pace. Langelo's quite quick. Can you just have a shot, Asprilla? You're not going to score from there. Easy. Easy, boys. We're not going to... They're not going to do anything with that. I tell you what. Let's take off Shelder up and let's bring on Joe Gelhardt. This is your moment to shine, Gelhardt. You like to score against Liverpool. You can score in big games. I need you to do it for me today. Chong for Almada. We haven't got Romero on the bench. So we've really not got anyone who we can bring on. And there's going to be another highlight. Martinez to Maguire. Malacia. Maguire. Malacia. Ericsson. Man United lose the ball. Oh, they get it back. Ugarte to Martinez to Sancho. Look at the movement there of Cristiano Ronaldo as he tries to find his way past the tight Birmingham City defence. Ericsson loses it, but Asprilla gets it back. Langelo's out of position. Same again, Asprilla. Oh, he passes it through to Ericsson. And unfortunately, after 75 minutes, Manchester United have found their goal. Well, that's bitterly disappointing. Bitterly disappointing. It's that tackle from Langelo that's mistimed that allows Asprilla to have all the space in the world. And I think it's Cabal that has to come through to try and stop the run. He leaves Ericsson in acres of space. And Manchester United have found a breakthrough. Right. We'll take off Cabal for Howard Bellis and we'll keep Ruddy on. We'll take Byram off for Colin to see what he can do, if he can affect this game at all. Nobody on off the bench that I think will make a big enough impact, really. James as well, I don't think he's going to change the complexion of this game. Unfortunately, we can only demand more and hope that we could do something. I say let's run at defence. Let's just push bodies forward, really. Because, look at them. They're knackered. They're not going to do anything now, really. It's all about us. Can we do something? This one moment of magic as we look to attack. We haven't been outplayed today. We've done quite well. As Rafael Varane can't connect with that cross. Sancho retrieves it. What can Jadon Sancho do? Puts it into Asprilla, who strikes it. It's 2-0. It is game, set and match. We've gone for it. And unfortunately, Manchester United appear to be the side that will be heading to the final. And our FA Cup semi-final dream comes crushing down. And it ends in defeat. I'm going to say I'm disappointed. But at the end of the day, we could be super proud of this long run that we've had in this competition. It wasn't expected that we would be here at the start of this tournament into the final four, and Manchester United are victorious. West Ham are victorious as well, which is big in this survival race against Arsenal, who are in Champions League positions. And you can see by that then, we're a 5-point gap to West Ham in 14th, a point gap to Brighton. West Ham looking like they're going to solidify themselves in this race. Gelhardt was one of them players that I thought if we stayed up, I'd be signing him permanently, but the way how he's performed in the second half of the season, he continues to develop. He just has not done anything at all. Let's have a look at this mentoring group. Have I not got anyone in there? Right, mentor group 1. This is a feature that I really like to use a lot in Football Manager because I think it helps younger players just to develop. And for the final few games, let's have a look at who's a model citizen. Let's get Ruddy in there, but let's get some of these younger players in here. Right, Bellingham, him, Shelder and Gellart. Let's all get them in a group. And I think that should just be one little group that hopefully can work together as a 5 to improve. Tahith Chong, unfortunately, didn't really do much in that game in front of Louis van Gaal, but he's developing nicely. A really, really good, strong player for us next season. And what we'll do then is we'll play the Tottenham game off camera and we'll come back for the 1st of May against Everton. So after the defeat against Manchester United, the game against Tottenham unfortunately ended in a 1-0 defeat. Yves Bissouma got the only goal of the game for Spurs. Again, it was another game where the front 4 didn't really do anything. Gelhardt was quite successful on off the bench with a 6.9 rating in the 64th minute. So I'm debating whether or not to start him for this game against Everton. But this is the lineup that I'm wanting to go for, and it might be a bit of a surprise to see Gary Gardner at ball-winning midfielder. But as of late, we've had quite a bit of success with Bakuna at Mazzala, and unfortunately, he's had to play box-to-box due to a few suspensions and things. And I'm thinking about whether to use him again there, but it would mean because Sunyik is suspended, the only ball-winning midfielder we could have is Gary Gardner, unless we try to play Joe Bellingham as box-to-box. Do you know what? Let's try it, because I think it doesn't really work, does it, if we... Gary Gardner, the fact he's even still been used to the Premier League at the age of 31 is a bit crazy. He's been part of 3 games. We might try him on off the bench if Bellingham is unsuccessful. I think same with Gelhardt as well, because I've had a little word with Shelder and you know, we spoke. I've warned, he's criticised recent form, but there's been some tricky games in there. But Everton at home is a massive 3 points that are needed, because we've got a game in hand. We win it, we'd go 4 points clear of the relegation zone. If we lose it, we're straight back in there within touching distance of Norwich and Leicester City. Leicester have got Spurs, Man United, Chelsea and Bournemouth away, which is massive for them. You feel like they're going to get some points in and around there, and Watford are probably down. But Norwich have got Brentford, Newcastle, Brighton is huge, and Manchester City. Brighton have a massive end to the season if they've got us and Norwich. And they've got Wolves at home, Liverpool away right now. But we're in May. I haven't got long left to go. And else wanted by Fulham. This is the lineup. Ruddy in goal. Byram, Enel, Cabal and Longello at the back. Onyeka we're going to play then as defensive mid. Bellingham and Bakuna in midfield. Romero back from suspension on the right. Chong on the left. And Shelder up top on the bench. Colin Fabra, Roberts, Howard Bellis, Gardner James, Keller, Almada and Gelhardt. Here we go. Another game in this race to survive at home against Everton. And we're going to tell the boys, let's just make this home advantage count and try and get a good result here. I won't tell you what I've got in mind. Let's see what happens. We've got a great bunch of players. Again, Everton, I've spoken about them before already. It's just crazy that a side with all the players that they've got find themselves for the second season in a row in a relegation scrap. Calvert-Lewin, Onana, Gay, Branthwaite, Pickford. They've got Dallas on the right wing, which is just surprising. But if we beat Everton today, we will go a point ahead of them. We still have a game in hand on them though, as you can see. We're on 34, but there's an early chance to try and see off first as Ruddy can't get there. Great deflection by Gordon, good catch by Ruddy. I don't know who that was there, but he just fell to them very, very nicely. Unfortunately, they were unable to go ahead for them as Dallas puts in a bending ball. Gordon, Ruddy with the save, and Branthwaite fires it in. But it looks like the referee blows his whistle. Is it going to go to VAR? It is going to go to VAR, but it's been confirmed. I didn't see anything wrong with it myself. And unfortunately, Jared Branthwaite gives Everton a 1-0 lead, which is bad news for us. We need to try and turn this round. Come on, the Blues. Highlight with Nathan Patterson again for Everton. It just haven't had any control of this game at this moment as Branthwaite finds Yerry Mina. Patterson knocks it on. Longello just hoofs the ball clear, but Shelder with his pace is going to try and outpace Mina. Can't do anything with that. Jordan Pickford back to Branthwaite. Garner, Onana to Garner. Back to Garner again. Onana to Garner. The midfield three there really playing the ball around nicely. We get the ball back with Longello. Can we now knock it about and see what we can do with the football? Chong running inside to Shelder up. Plays a lovely ball out wide to Luca Romero. Can he beat a man? Plays it through to Shelder up. Oh, he just can't get the effort on target. That was a really crisp pass through. Great run as well by Shelder up. But unfortunately, we just can't get the opportunity on target. Can we get this opportunity on target? Half an hour in now. Chong, Mikalenko clears. Onyeka to Bellingham. Bellingham puts it through to Romero, who strikes it. Hits the bar. And Everton just play the ball out. Oh, that's unfortunate. Really unlucky. That's a great chance there to try and get ourselves back into this game. But unfortunately, it just hasn't happened. Norwich beating Brentford means they're level on points with us, but we remain 17th due to goal difference. Can we cling on to half time? 0-1 down. We can. I'm scratching my head in person about what we can do here because we haven't had a very good first half. We've hit a bar, and that's all about. That's really it. I'll tell you what we'll do. I want to play narrower because I think that we're getting the opportunities out wide, but we're just a little bit stretched at the minute. What we're doing for possession doesn't say at the minute. We'll have a look in a second. There we go. Let's see. Possession stat is 46% to them. They're having chances though. We've had more shots than Everton in this first half. You think about whether or not to make some changes. Palace are beating Villa 3-2. Norwich are dominating against Brentford. We're having good chances now, but we just can't get them on target. I think we put Chong. No, I'll keep Chong there. Tell you what, let's go. Let's take Onyeka off for Gardner. Might be surprising to say that because Onyeka is obviously really quality. But I'm just going to try it. That's all I'm going to do for now. Maybe press a little bit more. And we're going to tell the defence to step up, which might just allow us to create these opportunities in behind for ourselves. Encourage the boys 20 minutes to go. And I'll tell you what, Gelhardt did really well off the bench. So let's bring him on. And I'm going to keep Shelder up on the pitch because I just think he can do something rather than Luca Romero. And I am also going to take off Bellingham for Bakuna. And very rarely do we do this, but I'm going to bring on Almada to play as a Mazzala and keep Chong wide right because I think he can do something out there. He's doing well. We have a highlight now. Could there be an opportunity for us? Anel hoofs the ball forward to Chong, and he has the pace to keep the ball in play. Great ball to Gelhardt. Oh, I thought he was going to stop that goal scoring rut and score against the other team in Merseyside, and it would have been big if he did. Oh, but he hasn't. We'll have to go attacking. I don't think there's long left in this game now. Oh, no. We are getting dragged, kicking and screaming towards the relegation zone. Oh, I'm just going to tell them I don't like this. Just feels like I'm being negative constantly at the players now. 3 games in a row, 4 games rather, no goals. Oh. I'm just trying to read these. How do you lift the players? If football's something that can change, we'll find happy times. None of us enjoy the situation, fans, but I believe we'll find it. We'll take a lot of hard work. It might not happen immediately, but we have to try. It's hard to see, like, yeah, let's do that. Oh. Look at Watford, West Ham, 0-0, 9 men for West Ham at the end of that game, but they get a point. You look at this table now. I think West Ham, Bournemouth, Villa are all sides that are safe. Everton are still within this, but we've just handed them 3 points on a plate. We've just said to them, there you go, there's 3 points. Try and pull away. Leicester City joint with us now in terms of 34 games played. Norwich, 3 big points for them there. Played 35. So Brighton, they've lost against Liverpool. We need to win that game in hand. But the game in hand, I don't know. I think it'll be this. Wolves away. It's going to be difficult. And especially now, we are sucked right into this relegation scrap with 3 defeats on the spin. No win in 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be difficult now. 4 games to go of this Premier League season. We'll come back for the final 2 games of the Premier League season, where it's going to be arguably the biggest games of our life. I hope I can report back that we've won either of these 2 games and we've scored a few goals. And hopefully, by the end of the next episode, we can say that we retained our status in the Premier League. Please, please, please join me for the next episode. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do hit the like button, comment and subscribe to the channel already. And I'll see you for a nail-biting finale in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching.